Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We're going to be talking about Mythic Edition. You know what's funny is I said in my head I was going to say War of the Spark, and then I was like, that's not right, and then I said Mythic Edition, which truly makes no sense. We're going to be talking about Modern Horizons in this video, or as I've been personally calling it, Commander Horizons. We'll get into that. But basically, I don't realistically have the time to talk about each of the colors in as I used to do this, and it just took way too much time and way too much energy, and it didn't happen. But I want to talk about a couple of different things in this video, and I really wanted to wait until we saw a lot more of the cards before I kind of like filmed a video about it, because sometimes like we see a couple cards and we make like assumptions about the set when things aren't really true. But basically, I just want to talk about a couple of things. We do have a box incoming, which is really exciting. So probably, I don't know necessarily when y'all see that video. Maybe it'll be like a couple weeks from now. I don't know if it's going up next week. It may be going up the following week. But I will be doing an unboxing of that because Paul bought a box and I'm really excited. Boxes were a little bit more expensive for this set. They were $200, which, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in the past, the other types of sets like this, Eternal Masters, Modern Masters, all of that kind of stuff, were more, what was I gonna say? Like, they were more expensive. Like, I want to say they were like $250 or so. So that is a little bit less expensive. $200 is still, like, it's pretty much almost double the price of a normal booster pack. These packs do come with 36 packs. There is not a foil in any pack, so they're doing this weird kind of hybrid of like, it's a more expensive product compared to like regular packs. It's like really weird. Okay, so I guess we'll kind of first start there. They kind of said that they weren't going to be doing Eternal Masters or Modern Masters. They said that they were like, we're not doing them anymore, but like, this is basically that. So I'm like really confused about why Wizards of the Coast is like, we're not doing that anymore. But it's like, what makes this so different compared to like an Ultimate Masters or Modern Masters? And you may be like, well, Tracy, there's not a lot of reprints in that, which is the other thing that I really wanted to talk about, is there really aren't a lot of reprints in this. And what I mean by that is I mean like a card like, let's just talk like Liliana of the Veil. Like, there's not a Liliana of the Veil in this set. There are new cards in this set. There are some cards that are reprinted. Like, don't think that there are reprints in this set. But what I personally wish that they have done, if they were going to truly make this a modern is the key word here, y'all, set, they should have done a lot more reprints than they said. I get you want to introduce new cards. They wanted to take, their whole idea was like, we're going to take cards that weren't ever printed in Modern before and make them Modern legal, which I'm like, cool, awesome, great, I'm all about that. But it's like, why are we not printing cards like Liliana the Veil? That like really confused me and seemed to be my personal biggest issue with this set. Now, a lot of people and a lot of my friends have been talking about this, kind of get the impression that I don't like the set. Untrue. I think the set is awesome for a Commander set. Now, I'm saying that for two reasons. One, I'm saying this, I'm a little bit biased because I don't play Modern, so realistically, I don't care about Modern. However, what I do care about is I do care about people getting their hands on product, and I care about people getting their hands on products at an affordable rate. So when you're not printing cards like Liliana the Veil and then stuff's just going up, and Modern right now is like super jank and prices are all over the place, as that usually happens when a set comes out. Things are kind of just all over the place and prices are really weird. I just like don't get what the issue with not printing cards. Like, I just don't understand why certain cards were just not printed, because they're like, we're not doing Ultimate Masters, and we're like, why? What? Like, were they not selling well? Like, they probably weren't selling well because they were too expensive, to be honest. Is those products were really expensive and they probably put a lot of people off from doing them. The drafts were like $50 and it was like really crazy. So it like totally makes sense. And it's like, that's why like Ultimate felt really successful to me, because Ultimate felt like there was so much value, and I'm like, this is what every reprintable set should look like. And I feel like, I don't know, I thought Ultimate was really successful, and I feel like this is just like, I don't really know what this product is, to be honest. I'm really like, I don't really have a clear answer. Like, I don't really know how to talk about this product, because realistically, when you think about it, everything is a Commander product, but I feel like so many of these cards, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a Commander card. Like, this is never gonna see play in any other format. Like, in my opinion, like, Commander should just look like this. Like, and what I mean by that is like, I was actually talking about this the other day with the Commander precons, and how I'm like, I don't really like those because I feel like they really push people into being a certain type of deck, and then what they'll do is they'll print like a really expensive card that you can only get in the Commander Precon, but there's only a handful of Commander Precons and you can't really individually buy it, or they're going to be more expensive because they've only been printed once. Take the card like Herald's Horn, for example. That's like a $10-15 card, which is truly ridiculous. That card is really good, but it's like, it just should be printed in, I'm not necessarily saying in this set, but like, I feel like they just don't know what to do with all their products at this point, other than like War of the Spark. Like, they have like those sets, but then all these other supplemental sets, they're like, well, what do we do with these things? And it's just like, I don't know, let's just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I have really strong opinions about this. It's just like, it's not bad, it's just like, I feel like if I was a Modern player, I would be disappointed, to be honest. Are there Modern cards in this? I mean, sure. Maybe 5, maybe 10. I also am not playing Modern right now, so I don't really have that much of an opinion, but just looking at this objectively, I'm like, alright, I mean, there's some things that are gonna see play, but it's like, again, if you had just reprinted cards, this, I think, would have sold a lot better, and I don't really know, honestly, how much this is gonna sell. Now, again, from a Commander perspective, I'm really hyped on this. I think there's a lot of really solid stuff. I'm really excited for, like, for example, like Spore Frog. I'm really pumped to see this card. I do think this might see play in potentially Modern sideboards, and I'm also really pumped for this card because it's the first time it's in foil, and I'm really excited to get a foil for Tasigur. So, I think in that sense, it's gonna be exciting. Now, since we're also on the train of talking about Commander, because let's be real here, that's what we were getting at in this video. I am personally really pumped for these new land cycle. I don't know what these are called because realistically, I can't keep up with what land cycles are called. How does anyone? They're like, oh, those are like the buddy land. Those are like the friendship lands. And I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. Like, they're lands. IDK what to tell you, dude. I'm really pumped about these. I think these are going to be really good in Commander. I think these are going to be a really nice budget-friendly option. Kind of wish that they weren't at Rare. I feel like this would have been a solid uncommon, but maybe that would have been too overpowered. I don't really know. The one I'm showing you is personally my favorite, Fiery Islet? What? Is that an English word? It doesn't look like an English word. Okay. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm like, my computer is like here, and so I'm like, what does that word say? This artist is really, really stunning. Who does that? I can't. Richard Wright? I think that's what that says. Beautiful art. I really like it a lot. But I'm really pumped for this land cycle. I think it's going to be really solid. I think these are probably going to see play in Modern too, so they might be a couple of bucks. I guarantee that these are going to be a little expensive, but I think that there's going to be enough of this set opened that I think the price of cards is not going to be that insane. That's just my prediction. Now, like, it's really hard to gauge because, for example, I didn't like War of the Spark, and I still don't like War of the Spark, and I'm really happy that this set comes out because then people will finally shut up about talking about War of the Spark. Everyone's like, oh my god, Tracy, you're going to play Oathbreaker. I'm like, that's not a real format. Just don't talk to me about fake formats. It's trash. I'm probably going to be offending like 20 people, but you know what? I don't care. I should make this bigger, realizing it now, because I can't see jank anything. I'm also really pumped for Prismatic Vista. I think this is going to be a really nice EDH card, and I'm really pumped about this card in particular. I think there's just some really, really bomb EDH cards in here, and I'm so excited for, like, all of these really exciting things to be coming out. We got some new swords. We got the 6/6 legendary thing. How many of y'all Commander players are really excited about this card? Because Morofin, I don't know how to say that, the boundless, even words that I can pronounce, I really can't pronounce them today. Yeah, I think this is sweet. Overall, I'm really pleased with this. I like how is there only one Planeswalker in this set? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, also Mana War got a reprint, so, you know, I'm really happy about that. Still haven't gotten a preview card. If you know things about preview cards, can you hook me up? Because I want a preview card. And realistically, it should have been mine, because it's a Jellyfish. And, you know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I started every video with Hello Beautiful Jellyfish, so why wasn't that my preview card? Wizards of the Coast! Get on it. So, yeah, no, that's looking like, no, I lied, I'm sorry, there's two Planeswalkers in the set. I'm really pumped about this. I really hope that they go in the direction where they're not printing Planeswalkers 5 to every set. I'm over it, boom. Unless you want to reprint Planeswalkers. I'd be totally open to reprinting Planeswalkers. As you can tell, I'm a huge advocate for reprinting cards. I feel like if they wanted to realistically make this set better, I think that they should have had a hybrid of a lot of things. I think they should have reprinted cards that were already in Modern, just a reprint. They should have reprinted cards where their first time was in Modern, which they did. And they should have also done a hybrid of, like, new cards. Like, we're gonna get new cards, like, I get it, it's gonna be a thing that happens, and I'm pumped for new cards because, again, Commander. I think that this set is gonna do pretty well for Commander players. I don't think, if you play Modern, I don't think you're gonna run out, and, like, I'm talking, like, competitive Modern. I don't think if you play competitive Modern, I don't think you're gonna open this being like, I'm gonna build a Modern deck. Like, I don't think you could realistically say that about, like, a lot of people thought that about, like, Modern Masters and Eternal Masters, like, you couldn't do that, but a lot of people thought you could, and I really don't think that this is selling anyone on that value. I feel like I keep coming off in the set like it's really negative, and I really don't mean to say that. I'm, like, thinking negatively about this set. Again, I think if I was a Modern player, I'd be pretty mad because I'd want my reprints and I'd want my high value cards. I don't know about that, but as a Commander player, and as a Commander player, I'm really pumped about this. I think that it's going to do pretty well, and I'm really excited to see what everyone else has to say about it, what these prices are going to do. I think this is going to shake up the format, and that's always a good thing. I always think variety is going to be a really, really solid thing. And I'm pumped to see, like, what this, I mean, I don't really care what it does to Modern, but, like, it's going to be interesting to see, like, what ends up happening to the format. So I'm really intrigued to know what y'all think about this, because I think there's been a lot of different types of opinions on this. I think a lot of people have been saying a ton of different stuff. I didn't really talk about cards individually that much because realistically there's just so much to talk about, and we would be here for, like, 9 years. But I'm pumped. There's going to be, I actually have to, like, make a list of all the cards that I need from this, because, you know, the guys at Major Sanctum always hook me up, and they have my list of all my Magic cards that I need, and they're like, oh, Tracy, I got this, and I'm just like, thanks, you're great. So, I gotta go through this. I'll probably go through this now and figure out all the cards that I need from this set, which might be a pretty big list, because there's some sweet stuff in here. So, that is it, y'all. I would really like to know what you guys think about this set, and honestly, I think of the thing I really want to know is what you think about this set as what type of player. If you're someone who plays Modern and Commander and you follow my channel, I'd be really intrigued to know what you think of both. And then if you're just a Commander player, what are some of your favorite cards? And if you're a Modern player, I guess I kind of understand why you're here, but I don't really play Modern, so this is kind of a different thing. But, like, if you just play Modern, like, what are you excited about? What are your thoughts about this? Are you disappointed by the lack of reprints? Or was it something that you anticipated? Like, when I say, like, lack of reprints, like, they disclaimed us. Like, it wasn't like it was like, oh, surprise, we're not doing a lot of reprints. Like, they did say, I think there was, like, 15 cards or something like that were. But, like, realistically, did you wish that number was higher is the point that I'm really trying to get at, to make this set a more successful product for you. I think that's everything I have to say, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.